Hi, my name is Dominic Marchese. I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about gun control and gun laws in New Jersey. Um, just to point out some facts about gun control in New Jersey that some of you may not know. Currently, in order to possess any kind of firearm, you need to get a firearms ID card from the state, which can take anywhere from a month to 3 months, depending on which town or area you live in, and whether the police chief is against or for issuing these types of licenses in New Jersey. And that's just for your firearms ID card. That doesn't include the purchase or sale of handguns. In order to get a handgun in New Jersey, you need to get a specific permit for every single handgun that you wish to buy, and it's only good for 90 days. So each time you want to buy a handgun, you have to go to the police station, fill out the paperwork, pay for the background checks and any kind of fees that are associated with your own local police department, and then wait for them to issue the permit to purchase the handgun, which can take however long they want it to, depending on the town that you live in. And you can only go to the town that you live in's police department for the application to purchase the firearms. That said, I know that's kind of, for other gun enthusiasts out there, I know that's kind of crazy, because in a lot of other states you can walk in, buy a firearm, they do a background check over the phone with a system that's called NICS, and they find out you're not a criminal, you don't have any record, your fingerprints are on file or not, depending on the state, and you walk out with your firearm. Some may be opposed to this type of purchasing and selling of firearms, but in that case, I have some interesting data here about states that do have these type of purchasing and selling agreements. Which one is Florida. Florida adopted their right to carry law in 1987, and they watched changes happen. Right, I mean, there were people that thought firearms, allowing people to carry firearms, they're going to have, a lot more road rage incidents, people shooting each other and things like that, and it just so happens in 1987, when Florida adopted the right to carry law and people were able to apply for and get licenses and carry a concealed weapon on their person, they watched over the course of 10 years, their homicide rate fell by 36%, their firearms homicide rate fell by 37%, and their firearms homicide by a handgun fell by 41%. And this happens in several states after they pass their right to carry laws. One of which, Ohio, for another example, they passed their a carry law, and an FBI uniform crime report says that as soon as they passed their firearms laws into effect, so law-abiding citizens can carry, within the first 3 months, 4 out of 5 cities reported a decline in violent crimes. Within the first 3 months, reported a decline in violent crimes. Another great example is the state of Vermont. Many gun control activists that want to get guns off the streets, which is what we're looking for. We're not looking to put illegal weapons on the streets, but many gun control activists who just want no guns, they would say that legalizing weapons and making weapons readily available to the general public would be a disaster. It would take us back to the wild, wild west days of America, and basically there'd be shootouts all over the place. Well, a great example of this is the state of Vermont. The state of Vermont doesn't have any laws as far as carrying weapons goes. You can walk into a store in the state of Vermont as long as you're a resident of the state and purchase a firearm, buy a holster, put it on your hip, and walk around with it, and it's completely legal. There's no hurdles you have to jump over with local government in order to get the licenses, and there's also no shootouts. Most people would not consider Vermont to be a violent state, and which it's not. It's actually, on many reports, from 1997 through now, Vermont has been on the back end of the violent crime reports as far as that goes. In 1997, I know it was number 49 out of 50 of making it the second least most violent state in the United States, and has stayed that way for a long time. Finishing up, I don't think that carrying weapons or buying and purchasing weapons is for everybody. In most cases, it may not be as safe if everyone were to do it. Some people would not be educated or would not. May end up hurting themselves. You need to. And we need to understand that. And gun control is something that all logical gun enthusiasts are for. We don't want guns in the hands of criminals on the streets. That's not what we want. But what we do want is to preserve our right as American citizens to keep and bear arms. And it's like I said, it's not for everyone, but for those of us who it's not for, it's also not our right to take that, to tell someone else that it's not their right to do it. So just remember, just because it's not for us doesn't mean it shouldn't be for anybody. And I think that's it. Thank you.